Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. So today we have another haul, and as you can see from the title, we are doing the Ulta Beauty fall haul. So it's been a while since this sale ended, and I finally got around to really testing out everything in this last month. So let's talk about everything that I purchased and my thoughts. The first item I picked up is from NYX. Now this is their Hydra Lip IV. Now I ended up getting the shade Drippin in Rose. Now this is my second one in my collection, and I've been really testing this out, trying to get a full feel for this. Now I've tested this with various liners, various lip combos, and so far I've been really loving it. It leaves a really pretty glossy stain that's a little bit on the thicker side, but once you wipe it off, it has a beautiful stain that's evenly coated on the lips. If you suffer from dry lips, it doesn't emphasize any of that. It just sits really nicely. I'm still in the testing stages. It's still pretty early to tell if I'm going to really love this, especially for my networking makeup bag, but it has been really impressing me, and I'm so glad that I picked it up. Alongside the NYX Hydra IV, I ended up picking up the NYX Pro Fix Sticks. Now I got two shades. I got a color correcting shade, which is the medium in dark peach, and then I ended up getting a new concealer shade in 03 Alabaster. Now I absolutely love this formulation. This has been quite a really standout product in my collection so far. I have another shade of this that I picked up quite a bit ago, and I have not been putting it down. I used a ton up during the summer, and when I saw these that they were on sale, I decided to go ahead and pick them up. I just finished up my color corrector, so I decided to pick up this one, and so far I've been testing it out. I quite like it. It doesn't work with all of my concealers, so I'm still in the testing stages for this one as well, but I've used quite a bit of it. So this definitely works with more thicker concealers. Really thin concealers can get a little cakey due to the formulation. What this is formulated is more like a potted concealer, or just like something in a pot, so it's a little bit more thicker, it's a little bit more drier, but it does cover very well. I'm excited to keep testing this out, and I'm really excited to see how this is going to be once we come back from this purchase for the 2026 fall haul and just revisit. Let's see if my thoughts are still the same. Now for the concealer shade in Alabaster, I love this formulation so much, so this is nothing new to me. I know how the concealer works. Now I really got this really light tone shade just to really spotlight right here. So for my makeup today, I really wanted this like brighter under eye, and I achieved this look with just powder, but I thought maybe having a little bit of a lighter concealer can help just a tiny bit. Now I've been using it just right here, just right there, and I've been loving how it looks, especially with like my favorite powder combo. It's lightweight, but it is a little bit more of a thicker formulation, but it's not heavy. You don't really like feel it on the skin. So I've been really reaching for the other shade of this one, and I haven't really fully figured out this shade. I've been testing it out just right here, but I'm still like trying to figure out that makeup technique that works both in real life and on camera. Mostly in real life, because that's usually where I wear my makeup. Next up, I picked up the About Face loose powder in the shade Bow. So I've heard so many good things over on TikTok about this powder, and I decided to pick it up. It was a pretty good price. Now, packaging. I love this packaging. Like, it's so pretty. It's a stunning like silver gray. I think it's more of a space gray. You guys know me as a packaging lover. This is the stuff that I love, but I really like the component of it. It's not super messy. I do like to have this thing just to kind of stop it, but it does have this netting, so a lot of the face powder tends to stay in. I don't really see any issues with the packaging so far, which is usually loose powders. They're a little bit iffy, a little bit messy, but this one hasn't been so far. Now in 2025, About Face has really become a brand that's on my radar. Everything that I try from them has been really good. I picked up a ton of items from their 21 Days of Beauty, and ended up picking this up when their fall sale came around. I've just been really loving this brand, and I'm completely rooting for them. I really hope that they become even more popular. But I've been testing this out so much. I really like this. I actually haven't been able to put it down. It's in between of like a natural finish, but it still looks like makeup. It's an in between. You can make this a little bit more natural, but depending on which tool you can use, you can definitely make this look like makeup. So I'm still in the testing stages of how this will work, what foundations and concealer combos that this works with. But so far it's been working with all of them, and I've just been really loving it. So this was a definite good purchase. Next up, I picked up the Makeup Revolution Sport Fix Lasting Hold Fixing Spray. Now look, setting sprays, fixing sprays, I really don't see a difference. I never really noticed that it did anything just because I have extremely oily skin, but I decided to pick it up just because I was really interested in it, and I did hear some really good reviews, and Makeup Revolution is a brand that I really do love. So I tested this out for around 2 weeks, and I've been really loving it. It has such a slight scent. It's not irritating. It doesn't linger around on the skin. It kind of, it's not fruity, but it's also not like cologne-ish. It's like an in-between. It's not horrendous, that's for sure. But it's really, it really doesn't last that long. Now, I really like the spray on this. It's not too much. Let me show you guys. See, like it just sprays really finely. You can really get it onto the skin really well. Now, I've been loving this to like really drench the skin, and it has been really good at melting my powders, especially right here, like in between my brows. A powder tends to get really stuck there. I have quite a bit of texture just like right here on my forehead compared to this. So right here, the powder really sticks. And I've been noticing that a lot of sprays don't really melt the powders right there. They mostly melt here, but this one melts everything. I've been really reaching for it. I've made quite a bit of progress unknowingly. I think I'm like around here, and this was completely full literally, I think a month ago. So really have been a non-stop reaching for this. Alongside the Sport Fix spray, I also ended up picking up the Pore Blur Primer. So this has a claim of smooths and mattifies, and it does contain a vitamin E. So I've been really loving this. I've also made quite a bit of progress on this unknowingly too, but I've been using this, I think around, I tested it fully an entire week, and I think I just tested it an extra couple of days within another week. And I've been really, really loving it. It goes onto the skin smoothly. It doesn't pill. It doesn't get patchy. Now, you don't have a ton of time to play around with this before it sets. So you apply it, you can really move it, but then you can start feeling it dry down. But it does give a really pretty blurring factor, and it does leave this matte look on the skin. So everything that goes on top of it does become a little bit more matte. And especially if you have a lot of pores and a lot of texture, this definitely has a really good blurring factor. So I've been able to test it out with quite a bit of foundations in my collection, and so far it's been working with all of them. There's still a couple that I haven't used it with, but I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be really good. But this was definitely one of my favorite products that I picked up. And our last item is the Morphe Jumbo Continuous Prep and Set Mist. So this was a recommendation from my sister, and you guys know me, that's my sister. You know, she's like my own personal celebrity. So if she says something is good, then it must be good. So I ended up picking this up. This thing is huge. I went to the store to buy this, and I did not realize that this was like huge, like so I tested this out for a full week. Now, first impressions, I want to note this, I did not like this on the first impressions. It literally sprayed out like like a squirt gun. Like I was like sprayed right here on my forehead, like and then it didn't really want to work until the fourth and fifth spray to get like an even coating. So see, like now it does. It's a very, very fine mist. I really love the mister on this. It feels really luxurious. This is what I imagine like going to a spa is, you know? This is how I imagine it to be. But I tested it out for a full week. Now, it looked really good on the first 2 days, but then I noticed around the third and fourth day, it just made my skin really, really oily. So I'm definitely still in the testing stages for this, but I'm still like, like I like it, but I also don't. But I'm going to continue testing this out, and I'm excited to see what my thoughts are going to be on this the next fall haul, because I will be coming back with that. But I really like it, and there's so much product in here. Okay, everybody, so that is everything that I ended up picking up in the fall haul. Now, I didn't actually pick up a ton of stuff. I really thought that I did. It really felt like I did, but no, we only ended up picking up, now I did only end up picking up 7 items, but I'm so glad that I got to try out some new things. I really fell in love with some of these things. Some of them are more familiar to me, and then some of them are really brand new, but I think this was a really successful. There's nothing that I hated, I despised. Everything ended up working pretty well for me, whether it is with certain base combos and then with other base combos it didn't. But that is how makeup is. Makeup is supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be playful. It doesn't always work with certain things, and that's the fun and beauty of it. So I'm really excited about these purchases, and I'm excited to see what I'm going to be picking up for their next fall haul. I can't believe the year is almost over. By this time next year, it's another fall haul, and I can't believe it. So Thank you guys so much for watching this video. So totally let me know what you guys ended up picking up for the Ulta Beauty fall haul sale. But with that, this is really it for today's video. Okay, bye.